Welcome to 843 TV. We are here at the Osprey Village Thrift Shop on Main.
I'm your host, Catherine Maedeman.
And I'm Lisa Richardson.
And we're delighted to be here today because we are going to talk about a really fun charity event that's coming up.
Right, it supports a very important mission, so you don't want to miss all that we've got coming up.
And our guests today are Julie Kuhns, who is the Director of Operations, and we also have Channing Heiss, who we see all the time, and he's the Director of Marketing.
So stay with us for this episode of 843 TV.
Where communities come to speak.
.843 TV, where the Low Country comes to speak.
.843 TV,
where communities come to speak.
Welcome to 843 TV. We are here at the Osprey Village Thrift on Main Street on Hilton Head Island, and we're talking with the folks here about the wonderful projects that you have and the services that you offer. So Julie, for those who may not know, give us a quick recap of what is Osprey Village? What is your goal and your mission?
Okay, so Osprey Village was founded in 2008. It really was a response to a national problem for adults with developmental disabilities not having adequate and affordable housing that had supported services for them. We have that problem here in the Low Country. And our goal is to build a community where they are not only safe and able to afford their housing, but also supported in their housing so they can be successful in their independence.
Mm-hmm. Well, we know you're the Director of Operations, so let's do a recap. We're in 2020, but I want to hear a little bit about 2019, because you did have a great year.
Yeah, we did.
The thrift shop is growing. I mean, it's thriving. You have a second one now. So tell us about that part of the business, because it's actually important for the programming.
Yes, it is. So we are growing leaps and bounds. Sometimes we're overwhelmed with everything that we have going on. We opened up a thrift shop in Okatee on 170 several years ago, and 4 years ago opened up this thrift shop here on Main Street. The goal of those thrift shops is to fund our general operations so that we can grow in capacity to serve our adults with developmental disabilities, both in the community as well as in our residential community when we build it. Right now we're serving them in Hilton Head, Bluffton, as well as Beaufort.
Well, you are growing and you're
growing
expanding.
And growing, yes.
So let's, a lot of people don't know what exactly, when you're talking about adults with learning challenges, can you give us an idea what kind of programming you have that's helping them?
Sure, so we provide we're licensed by the state through Medicaid to provide respite service, individual employment service, as well as residential supportive services. Right now we are providing the individual employment services, helping individuals to get jobs in the community that are of value to them, growing careers for themselves. The biggest need that we have right now, though, is for our respite program. As adults who are giving care to their loved one with a disability get older and they're faced with some of their own challenges. We have 30 and 40-year-old singles who are very active and want to get out in the community, and mom and dad are their primary support. The respite providers that we have come into the homes, work with them in the homes to help them learn how to be more independent, as well as get them out in the community so they can have a social life just like you and I would want to have, whether that's meeting with friends for dinner and drinks, or going to the movies, going on a date. All of the things that we take for granted we can do independently, our respite providers help these individuals to have the support to do that as well.
Well, I think that's terrific. It's a companion with supervision. That's what a respite worker is. So I wanted to sort of get all the pieces put together. So, and it's important because the adults need just supervision, and mom and dad need some time out.
Yes, they do.
And also need some skill sets to be continually to learn. Would that make sense?
Yes, and we need individuals that can keep up with them. So you're talking 30, 34-year-olds, very active when you're single and you're out and about in the community, and their parents are in their 70s and their 80s, and they have their own things that they need to accomplish as well, and things move a little slower for them. So.
Sure. Well, Channing, I know you've got an exciting big fundraiser coming up this weekend.
Yes,
Tell us
we
about
do.
That.
This coming Sunday. Yes, it is the 2020 Pro Bowl Open. We've done this since 2015, so we always look forward to this every year. It's very popular. It's going to be Sunday, January 26th at Station 300 from 2 to 6 p.m. General admission $50. If you want a bowl, it's $100. We're expecting a great crowd. We're always very well attended. Everybody just has a great time. It's a great atmosphere. We're going to have several raffles and a silent auction, so you can win a lot of great things there. In fact, we have an organization, a business called Fire and Rice, that actually donated a paella dinner for a number of people. That's one of the prizes you can win. So come on out and see if you can win that, because it sounds good. Sounds good to me. I want to thank our new organizer. His name is Barry Silber. He's taken over for Kenny Anderson, who we really appreciate his help. Our co-organizer is Ray McAlis. They've both done a great job. Ray's going to be the MC this year, so we're really looking forward to it. And I want to just give a quick shout out to some of our great sponsors. Our platinum sponsors, Charter One Realty. Other sponsors, South State Bank, Mix on Main, The Vacation Company, Cookie Ventures, Kinghorn Insurance, Auto Techs of Hilton Head, Palmetto Electric, Burke's Pharmacy. We've got all kinds of people in our community who have given us such great support, and we want to just make sure that we thank all of them.
I think it's great that you did that, Jenny, because it's a community.
Yes.
And it's a village, and we all need to help each other in our support.
And we can't do it without the community.
We cannot. But I want to go back to the Pro Bowl opening, because we were talking off camera, and we were saying, bowling. When's the last time we went bowling?
You don't have to be a pro bowler to go to the Pro Bowl Open, right?
But it's one of those sports that we don't think about, but it's really fun to do.
Yes.
So really consider doing this, because you're out there supporting a wonderful cause, but it's a fun thing to do, and we forget those things. And we're always worried about going to the movies, we're worried about going this way. I think the Pro Bowl Open is something that it's at the 300 station 300.
Yes.
Yes, and I want to thank Eric over there at Station 300, because he's been tremendous help to us in organizing this. They've done a great job.
Now tell us about, do you need to be with a team? Can you just go as an individual? How will that work?
You can just go as an individual.
Okay.
You can form a team if you like. Everybody enters as an individual and pays as an individual. We do have benefits that we offer our sponsors. They are allowed to bring several people into bowl. That's one of the premiums of being a sponsor. So we do that for them, and many of them do make teams. But you can bowl individually if you want to.
Or not bowl if you don't want to.
Or not bowl if you don't want to. If you just want to enjoy the delicious food.
You could be the peanut gallery. You could be the guys who are heckling. No.
Or just meet new friends and have a great time. It's really a positive atmosphere, and it's a lot of fun.
It is, and it's a very camaraderie thing to do, and I think that's a great idea. So along with the dollars that we raise with this, what does it go to? What program for Osprey Village?
Well, this is all about, goes toward operational funding.
Okay.
As I jokingly say, keeping the lights on and keeping us all working and doing what we do. So when you buy your ticket, it's going to just our ability to keep doing what we're doing. To keep having our meetings and paying for the things that we need to pay for to go forward, not just with the village that everybody knows about and that we're all very excited about, but with our services, with the store, with everything. A lot of it goes just back into the business, just helping us run and show up every day and do what we do.
Well, Jenny, I think we're going to stop right now. We're going to have to take a break. We'll be right back with more 843 TV. Stay with us. And we are back with 843 TV, and we have Julie and Shannon. We're at Osprey Village Thrift Shop. We've had a really good conversation. I want to continue talking about the population and how this the Osprey Village is helping the adults as they mainstream themselves into the community. So, Julie, can you tell me some more about that?
I can. It's actually a largely growing population. As a matter of fact, nationally there's about 1.5 million adults with developmental disabilities, with about 4 million children with developmental disabilities. So this is a huge population. Here in South Carolina, we have what's called a critical needs housing wait list. At the state level, there's about 5,000 individuals on that list, and those are people who have identified that they have a caregiver that they live with over the age of 70, and that they have no place to go when that person can no longer care for them. Here locally, we have about 200 in Beaufort County, as well as about 200 in Jasper County, and people moving here every day, so these numbers are going to grow exponentially.
Absolutely. How do you get on that list that you mentioned? How
The
comes
list. It's the elusive list. Everybody who is in with that, who works with people with developmental disabilities, talks about that. What is the list, and how do you? So what happens here is that Medicaid provides what's called a waiver service, right? It's a bulk of services that individuals with disabilities can obtain to help them stay in the community and not be institutionalized. They're waiving institutionalization. When they get to a point where the state has deemed them as critical need, and that's when they're caregivers over the age of 70, their case manager, which is kind of appointed to them, will place them on that list. So it's not necessarily an automatic. The individual and their family would need to make the decision that yes, we need them to be placed on this list. But in the end, that's how they make that process work.
Really interesting. So as we're filling this need here, I want to also talk about that you also are looking to build a building, and it's in place, and we have plans, and you're breaking ground.
and the sign is up?
And the sign is up.
And the marquee is up, and we are on the marquee.
So
yes.
Channing, could you share that with us?
Well, we're so excited. Like you said, we have a beautiful new sign. We are officially on the marquee with a lot of other businesses and other organizations that are going to be in the East Argent development, which you've probably heard of. That name gets in the paper and on the news every once in a while. It's East Argent. This is going to be exploding over the next 10 to 20 years.
Yes.
We're going to have an entire new neighborhood, new area out there where there's going to be commerce, and there's going to be education, and there's going to be medical care, all kinds of things that you would have in a booming new area. It's going to bring commerce, it's going to bring a lot of great things to our area, and Osprey Village is going to be a central part of that. We're just thrilled to be a part of that community.
So let's talk about the details. How big, I mean, we're building a building, and what do we want to have in this
We're
building?
It's a
buildings,
community.
right?
Plural.
So we're building.
There you go. I want to find out all about this.
Duplexes, triplexes, apartment complex, single-family homes. This is
Great.
not much different than any other plantation that you would see in our low country. And we will have a community center, the pool, the amenities that everybody loves to have in their neighborhoods. Right now in that process, the larger developer has built a road back there and cleared it out. It looks prim and proper now, and there's a sign out front. We've been working with the town of Hardeeville, because that's where we're going to be located, who has been fantastic at guiding us through some of the processes. They've funded some of our earlier stage projects through this. They're just very, very supportive of having us in their community, which is amazing. Mayor Williams has just done a fantastic job. We last year received a substantial injection of funds from the Community Foundation of the Low Country. Thank you, Community Foundation of the Low Country.
I did read about that. That's wonderful.
Yeah, it was exciting. They're helping us to put in some infrastructure. We've been working with architects to determine the lay of the land, if you will. So over the course of this past year, we've been extremely busy with a lot of the planning phases of this. This coming year, we'll probably be getting more into the nitty-gritty details of that. So.
Do you have a plan for how many residents you think you can provide for?
So, well, right now what we know is it could be up to 150. We do have the capacity to take on more residents. We're building this in phases. So in phase 1, it would be up to 150, and then there may be a medically fragile unit that comes in the future.
Right.
It's going to, the parts of the land that aren't developed will really be shaped and molded as we see what the needs of the residents of the community are going to need.
What's an expected timeline for phase 1 to be ready to move in? What would you say?
Well, that's going to be very dependent on permitting. We'd love to give like an exact timeline, but the moment that we do, then there could be a holdup somewhere along the way. A hurricane comes and pushes us back, you know.
Yeah.
I know we want to break ground sometime by next year. I don't have any exact dates. We know that the full build out of phase 1 would probably take between 3 to 5 years. So, you know, but that we'll have people moving in and living as residents prior to the completion of that phase.
We do know one thing, and that is that we're pretty much full when we open, because there is so much need. My phone rings all the time. I get emails constantly. There is so much need out there that we're not going to have any problem filling spots.
Well, that's the good news. But let me ask you also, as you're building this building, are you funding? How do you need more funding? How can we help you? What can we tell the public? What can we do to help? That's what I want to know.
So we have launched a capital campaign. It's a $5 million capital campaign, which we are asking the community to invest in. It really will take a community to build this, and we want our community to feel a sense of pride for having contributed to this. In addition to that, we were approved by the South Carolina Housing Trust Fund to have funds through them, and that can be up to $2 million.
Okay.
Outside of that, we'll be continuing to write for what are called capital grants to various banks and foundations that approve for those types of things. There's other funding opportunities that we know could potentially be available to us. We are researching all of those as well. With affordable housing being such a key thing these days, there is more and more money that is coming towards that. We just need to see which ones we can access.
Well, and real quick, Channing, tell us again, in case someone missed it, about the Pro Bowl this weekend.
Right. We want to remind people it is this weekend, January 26th. Yay. It goes from 2 to 6 o'clock. Station 300. They're great people over there. It's always a great time. General admission, $50. You want a bowl, it's $100. You can get tickets either on our website. There's a link where you can pay by PayPal, or you can call me at 422-6099, and I'll take care of you and get you your tickets. So please, everybody come. It's going to be a great time.
Bowling is fun.
Absolutely.
We want everybody to bowl.
Always an awesome atmosphere.
Speaking of fun, we're going to do something next. We're going to take a tour around the thrift shop, so be sure to stay with us right here on 843 TV. We're back at 843 TV. We're having a little fun here at the Osprey Village Thrift Shop on Main. That is a great beneficiary for all the projects. And here we got a great boutique wear. And Catherine, you found some things you like?
Well, you know, I want to point that out because they have something for everybody. So look at my shawl. Everybody knows I'm a big fan of shawls. Don't you like it? It's a beautiful purple and it works well for me. And over here we have a hat stand. You know, summer's coming. I love hats. So what do you think?
I think it's beautiful. It's great. And
I feel like Minnie Pearl.
One.
What do you think?
Sure.
Isn't that cute?
And also, Catherine, springtime heritage hats, Easter time, they have a great rack display to come and select from. So
they do. So
from.
We're going to treasure hunt. Please join us. Come with us. Well, the beauty with the thrift shop, it has something for everybody and every place in the house. So here we are in the furnishings.
Quite literally, yes.
And I have to tell you, it's quite nice.
It
Beautiful
is.
Couch. And over here, this one's sold already. Look at that, very modern, sleek looking. So always think about coming to a thrift shop because there's beautiful pieces of furniture and you can definitely accessorize any room in your house.
Yeah, especially in our area where there's a lot of rentals and people moving in and out. There's always new merchandise coming and going. So you don't want to miss like this fabulous table for $75.
You do not, so come on in. But we're going to keep going. Where's our next place?
We're going to go check out maybe the seasonal items.
As I said from the beginning, this is a treasure hunt. So look what we found, a beautiful bear. I mean, he's a mega bear.
He sure is.
I think he'd be great for a Valentine's gift.
I think so. And who wouldn't want that cute life-size bear? But some other Valentine's Day items to check out too.
Let's go over here. And you know, even if you need a sweet gift, a heart, build something up with chocolates, you can think about that. And also, when you do buy things here, you're always helping sponsor the program, and that's what we're here for. But you know, cute hearts, Valentine's Day, we can't go away.
I really love this X and O mug. I think that's really cute. 50 cents. 50 cents.
And you can always tell somebody you love them. And they'll see it every morning when they drink their coffee.
And then, of course, it's March is coming, and St. Patrick's Day is a great big fun time, especially around the island. And for that parade, you can come and get yourself some cute headband.
Put them on.
I'll let you do that.
So it's a great thing to do. A lot of festivity here. Please join. Come here, support the cause. We would love to see you here.
Well, who doesn't love to sit in a sunroom or a beach room, which is perfect for our area? Look at some of the things that we can get here.
And you're ready to go. I mean, you have a whole set.
You
do. It's lovely. And what else I love about the little accessories that you don't see, but look at a tray full of shells and very interesting looks, but as somebody who needs something for their tabletop or decorations, I mean, again, it's a treasure hunt here.
Yeah, and it's only $12. That's definitely a bargain.
That
You've
is
got
a
these
bargain.
fun beach balls and some things for your pool and all kind of fun stuff. It's getting me excited for summer. What do you think?
I'm loving it. I think you've got to come and check it out. And you know, more importantly, there's something for every room in the house, and there's something for you. In fact, I had that purple shawl on earlier. I'm buying it.
I know you will be.
I like it.
And we ask you to come and check out the thrift shop here, which supports the very important cause of Osprey Village.
And I quickly want to mention again about the Pro Bowling, because it's very important. It's a big charity fundraiser for them, and it's important for us to support that. And bowling is a lot of fun.
It is, and it's $100. If you don't want to bowl, it's only $50. So come and learn about the Osprey Village Thrift, all about their very important mission, and we hope you enjoyed watching this episode of 843 TV.
Where communities come to speak.